Hey guys, Thundera here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my other videos. Today, we're back in The Sims and we're building. So let's get to it. Okay, so we are building on the rustic residence lot in Windenburg, and there's going to be two tiny homes on this lot. I wanted to build a home based off of fire and one based off of ice. So that's what we're doing. And they are both actually tiny homes. They both are 50 tiles a piece because I wanted to like mirror them almost. And they're not on the same position on the lot either. So yeah. And then I was just kind of trying to move some stuff around, and these shells go through a lot of different like just a lot. I shrink them, I make them bigger, I shrink them again, I do this, I do that. Yeah, there's just a lot that goes on with these guys. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to get this one because I really liked this one and how it looked, but then I was trying to copy it over with the line still in the middle and it just wasn't working. And yeah, but both tiny for the lot with both tiny houses on it, because I did not make it a residential rental. I know that a lot of people seem to have issues with that type of lot. So I did not do that. You can do that though. I mean, it's if you have for rent, it's not a hard um fix to make. So yeah. But both have the entire lot with both tiny houses cost 56,319 simoleons. It will be available for download off my gallery. My ID is Thundera Shadow. Both houses have one bed and one bathroom. And that's what I'm trying to figure out right now is where to put things and just really where everything needs to go. And I was just trying to figure it out, and the best I could do was have a little tiny hallway basically into the bedroom and then just a 3 tile bathroom. I mean, nothing fancy, but neither of these houses really needed fancy, so yeah. But now that I've got that going, I'm gonna start on the firehouse first, and we are going to do red, orange, and yellow for the colors for this one. So I'm just looking for something for the outside. I didn't really go into this thinking about really anything terribly much. I do love this red though, so I do go with that, and that's from I think Growing Together. And then the roof, I'm gonna be honest with you, I changed the roof paint on the firehouse one. I don't remember which tile or anything. Okay, I go with this one. I changed this. I don't think I changed the ice one mainly because I forgot, but we're gonna go with it looks fine. It's a gray roof, ice. You kind of think blue, white, and maybe like a little bit of gray, so it's fine. It's still on theme, it goes with it, so yeah. We got that yellow door, and then we're just gonna get a mailbox. I put on move objects. That's just the bb.move objects on cheat. So yeah. And then just trying to figure out windows. Um, I really like these windows from Lovestruck. Really like them, and I ended up using them in this house quite a lot. Um, yeah, I decided to move that one and then have like this one almost as if the the fire person had to open the window to talk to the ice person. I just thought it was a fun little addition. Then just kind of getting a couple more, and then just kind of going and looking for doors. I originally was going to use these red doors, but I actually decided to go with a different door. And then yeah, we got a back door. I went with this base game door just because it kind of it's on theme. It's got the red, the orange, the yellow, and then on the other side, so the side that is open from the bedroom to the living room kitchen area is white, so it's not gonna like mess with anything. And then just gonna pick out some lights. And I did play test both of these houses. They both seem to work just fine. So if you have any issues, you can let me know and I'll try and figure them out. But when I play tested everything that I could think to play test, they were both fine. So yeah. And like I said, just kind of getting into lights now. I wanted to see which light would be better. And So I turned it to night just to see because like the lights coming in from the windows was making it very hard to see what light would do what. And then just looking for some tiles. I go with this from Lovestruck for the both the kitchen and the bathroom. And then for the rest of the house, I did like the paranormal one, but this one from Realm of Magic just really, I don't know, it fit right. It just seemed the right option. And then I did do the little corner tile trick where you do Control F and you can get like the triangle tiles. So that's what I did there. And then just trying to figure out what tile I wanted in the bathroom and the kitchen, really. I don't know. I went with this like yellow chevron tile in the bathroom. That's from Growing Together. And then I went with the Home Chef Hustle Stuff Pack tiles for the kitchen. I really liked those. And I keep moving that one window around. It does not stay. I do grab this refrigerator and then the matching oven. I believe that's from Growing Together. And then as far as counters go, I do go with the base game. I do not leave them in this yellow. I decided to go with the red, and then I think I changed the color of the refrigerator and the oven. I did get a like gold sink. It looks yellow, so I go with it. And then just putting up some cabinets over on this one wall. I mean, I just wanted a little bit more storage for them. Yeah, I do change the oven and the refrigerator to orange. I just kind of gave it a little bit more. And then honestly, I had forgotten I had not painted all the walls yet. So I was just going to go ahead and go get a table. And I ended up picking this one. I think that's from Paranormal. And then I put some high school years chairs with it. And I originally wanted it like this in the house. That does not stay like that just because it was kind of awkward trying to get, like, it was just an awkward place. And I did not think, I didn't know if Sims would be able to get around it. So, yeah. And then this is me going back and getting some wallpaper for the walls. I originally put this into the bedroom, but I really liked this like contrast of this yellow out here in the living area, like just in the dining room and kid and living area. I really like that. And then I went with this wallpaper from the Decor to the Max kit. The one in the that's for the bedroom. The one in the living area, I think, is from the Bistro kit. I want to say. I don't remember all the names for all these packs. There's too many. But yeah. I do go with this like little coat thing, and I know that those are supposed to be like snow skis, but for this house we're going with the water skis. Just because I needed something by the door. And then a rug by both the front and the back door. I actually think I forgot to put a rug by the front and back door in the ice house, so but maybe that's just because they don't go outside that much. I mean, it's ice. I do grab this TV though from Tiny Living and then just a quick base game plant. Just trying to find stuff that will fit in the space. I grabbed this. This is from I believe City Living. I just really love the colors on that like tapestry. And then I was gonna get a big couch, but there's not enough room for that. If I had made a 100 tile tiny house, then there would definitely be more. And technically, I did. I just split it in between two houses, but yeah. And then, like I said, just trying to figure out the spacing in this house. I think that's what took me the longest was trying to figure out the spacing and everything, just because there's not much of it. So yeah, just still kind of looking through rugs and trying to see if this is the rug I wanted to use. And I really do love this rug. I was also sitting there thinking, okay, well maybe I could get like a chair or something in there, but then it's like, they need that space to walk. And it was just there was a lot of thought put into this part of the house. I do move this dining room table behind the couch like this. It like I said, it does function. It works. And I think that this is actually better suited, like a better way to have it than what I originally had it. So I'm quite happy with that. And then just kind of looking at more art because something just needed to be on the walls. I did put this one up, and then the sunflowers because I figured, I mean that just kind of looked good in this house really. And then a bookshelf. I grabbed this one from the fitness pack. Um, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really ever use that one, so I thought it fit really well in this one. Did put out the little taxi and then some baked goods on the as clutter in the kitchen. I didn't put much clutter at all, and I did put an axolotl. I was torn between the one that was like black and red and orange, or the yellow and red and orange one, but I did decide to go with yellow and red and orange. I used this shower from, I don't remember which pack that's from. Just grabbing a base game toilet, but your Sims can walk over that. They can use everything in here. I grabbed this base game sink. Then we're just gonna grab a mirror. Just trying to figure out, and I was trying to move it up, and in a minute you'll see what happened when I tried to move it up. I go flying. So yeah, I forgot to hold down the control key, but just gonna put out some toothbrushes, some soap, a hand towel. Then we'll get some toilet paper over here. Um, I think that's okay. Maybe I did put artwork up. I don't think I did that in the ice house, but okay, I put up some artwork from Tiny Living, and then I was thinking, okay, wait, I didn't do any curtains anywhere, so I do go and grab these from Eco Lifestyle. I really like the look of those, and then they brought in a little bit of blue as well, and the painting had done that as well, so I liked that. Then as far as the curtains go for this window, um, I just go with this one for Parenthood. I really do like the red, and it kind of just fits with the cabinets as well. So then the only space left in this house was the bedroom. And again, the bedroom, it took some time. It took some time. Um, I did go with these curtains, and then I went with this bed from Seasons. The I pushed it against this wall, and then I thought about it, and then you'll see it move a couple of times, I think. So yeah, and then just gonna grab a side table, a dresser. Like I said, I was trying to fit so much into this bedroom that I'm surprised with as much as I was able to fit in that it's still as functional as it is. So yeah. Then just gonna grab a lamp. This one is from, I want to say, Get Famous. I just kind of liked the red, and then I was thinking, well, maybe I can move the bed out and have it to where you can access both sides. But then it was like, no. And then I took the time to put on the Sims 3 camera and rotate the mirror that way. And I'm not used to playing with the Sims 3 camera on, just because I did not know for the longest that that was even a thing. So yeah, I am used to the Sims 4 camera. And then just kind of grabbing this desk, but then it was like, can you get into the bed? And I wished I would have just play tested this, because I think that your Sims could have still gotten into the bed. But then I was like, wait a minute, what if I just move a few things around? I'm just gonna throw the desk out front for right now. And yeah. And then like I said, I was just kind of moving everything around, trying to figure out what would look good where, and then I'd never turn the Sims 3 camera back on to re-rotate that, so yeah. And then just gonna go and grab a rug. I ended up grabbing this one from the bowling pack. I really liked it. It had all the nice colors that I wanted, but then there was a matter of, okay, what do I do with the desk? I set it right beside the fridge. It's still functional. You can still use it, so there is still that there. And then just kind of putting in a few plants here and there, just because I didn't have much room for anything else, and I kind of still wanted something more in this house. And I did size these down. For these are from Dream Home Decorator, and I put those above the bookshelf. I put another plant out. I did decide to move that one over there by the mirror though. And then over here, I think I just grabbed a painting or something. I think it's that koi fish one. It was hard to figure out what to put there though. Yeah, it was just this koi fish one. I just really like the colors. And then moving over here, we're going to go to the ice house now. So, like I said, I just put like the blue and white and gray filter on. So honestly, the roof just works with it. Doing a quick save because I did not want to lose my progress. The roof just kind of works with the color scheme I went for. But yeah. And then just looking over here, just kind of trying to find, I did find this Eco Lifestyle wood, and this is one of my favorite wallpapers in the game. I just love the different colors of the wood that you can get on there, and honestly, that looked really good with the roof as well. So I know I keep saying that I did it on accident and everything, but maybe it was like just the right choice for it. So just putting in some lights over here. I do go with that light, and then for the main area, I go with this light from High School Years. For the back area, I go with one from Dream Home Decorator. There wasn't much to be done with these though. I do put in that door, the rounded one. Finding a front door was a little bit harder. I don't know. I really liked that one, but it was just a little bit smaller. But then I was like, well, how big do I really need to go here? Because of the fact that I don't want it to be like taking over everything. So I did end up with that door. And then as far as everything goes, I decided to leave that one there and then just put the other one in the back here. And it's kind of funny because the front door is like the only white door of the entire house. But I think it works in the end. I really do. Maybe they are in the process of trying to get all the doors to be the rounded ones and they have to just save up for that front one still. But then I just go ahead and put in these windows. That's from Get Together, I believe. Yeah, Get Together, and then just kind of gonna go through and look and see what else they got. So kind of trying to match the windows with each other, just a little bit at least. And honestly, just like I said, trying to, and then I forgot that that filter was on, so it was like, okay, so we don't have that many options for tile here. And then it was like, wait a minute, we don't have any options for anything here. So that's when I went back and changed it to this one from Vampires. I really like it, and it kind of could look like snowflakes there. So this was not a limited pack build. I'm sorry, I'll try and schedule one of those soon. But I did go with this base game tile for both the bathroom and the kitchen. I did use the diagonal wood planks from Vampires for the rest of the flooring. And then I really love this uh, wallpaper from Life and Death. I love that one. As far as the bedroom, I had to use this base game one because it looks like snowy mountains and ice and snow. It goes together. So then for the kitchen, I do pick out some appliances from Jungle Adventure. I go with these. And then as far as the counters go, I think I went with the one that we just no, it's Space Game. Okay, I thought this was a Life and Death one. That's really pretty though. I don't know, maybe that was a new one that we got recently. I don't remember it, but hey. And then just gonna put up some upper counters. I realize that they don't really match, but I really wanted some upper cabinets, and I don't know. At the time, I thought that was the match, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think that's the match anymore. But that's fine. I mean, it still looks good. People have different upper cabinets from lower cabinets a lot. So, yeah. Just looking for over here for like the entryway area. I know that we have this, which is like the snowy escape rock climbing stuff, and then these skis. These are actual skis in this house, and then the rock climbing gear just it had to be in this house. I mean, it's a snowy house. And then I really wanted some sort of plant to go along the bottom here, but everything that I was finding was a little bit too big. I did end up finding though this one from I think Love Struck, and I kind of just made it into its own like little planter there. I really like that, so yeah. And then just gonna grab a table, like a console table. I went with this trunk. It just kind of gave me the right, I hate to say vibes, but it kind of did. Just gonna put a big TV on there because I think that you're probably watching a lot of TV in the winter because you don't want to go out. Just gonna put those curtains. I did layer them, so they are gonna probably like clip a little bit. I believe that you can already see clipping, but I think it will be fine. If you don't like it, you can always delete them and put something else in. Then those curtains are from, I believe, high school years. Going to go and grab a couch, and this is kind of where colors just, I mean, I used like several different blues in this house. I did not want the couch to match the fridge though, so, and then there was like a little bit of this dark blue already, like in the tiles a little bit and all. And then this rug from Horse Ranch, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just gonna get a plant or two in here. And then I was like looking at the dining tables and it's like, okay, well, I got, somehow it felt like I had more room in this house than I did in the firehouse. So I don't know how that ended up like that, but it did. But yeah. So we're just gonna place the table and chairs over here. And again, I tested both houses. They both, for me, when I tested them, were functional. I'm gonna put this like little, I think that's a blue pig plant on the table. But yeah. So when I tested everything, it was fine. It was working. That's all I know. So then just gonna put out this picture. I don't know. This picture just looks so good in this house. Just so good. And like I said, just kind of, then I found the mail thing. I was like, oh, that would be a good addition. So let's just move the picture over. I kind of like the picture better when it was like centered there. But I also like the mail thing being there. So yeah. Then just gonna go and work on the bathroom. Again, just a shower, toilet, sink. That shower, they can step over. They can use it still. And just gonna put in a mirror. Then the toothbrushes, the soap, the hand towel, the toilet paper, all of the things. Trying to get this in though was tricky. Very, very tricky. Um, like I said, just putting in what I know I needed. And then moving on to the bedroom. I wanted to do the curtains first just because I felt like I needed to do those first just because I needed to see where they would land. So I did that and then going and grabbing a bed. There was a lot of beds that I feel like could have worked for this room. I really ended up enjoying this one. I don't know what pack that's from, but I just, or if it even is from a pack, I really love this bed. And it kind of gave me, I know there's green and purple, but it kind of just still gave me ice vibes from it. So that's where I went. And then just gonna grab like a tiny nightstand and then just needing a lamp for that nightstand. I ended up grabbing the moon one from the werewolf pack. I really like that, and I just felt like that really worked in this room. And then, of course, I like the little ice snowflake decal. Going to grab that dresser. And then over here, we actually had enough room to have the desk in the bedroom in this one. Like I said, I don't know how this one felt like it was so much bigger, but I did feel like this desk was too big, so I did move and switch the desk because I did not want to have to do all the stuff for that one. So just gonna grab this chair, and then, like I said, it's just a matter of like scooting it and scooting stuff. And then I just needed a rug, but I felt like this stuff actually fit better in this house than it did the other house, and I still don't know how that worked. So yeah, just gonna use that rug real quick, and then I needed some books somewhere. Like I had put books in the other house, but I needed books in this house, so I just put this like hanging shelf. And then it was like, okay, well, what else do I need to add? What else needs to be in here? And I was thinking about these like snowflakes, but then it's like, is that just like a little too much? So I decided not to use them. I did use this picture though of like the tree in winter. So yeah, I think that's all I did in the inside. Now then came the outside. And in the middle of this, I really wanted a certain activity for both houses because, and then I realized I also forgot trash cans. So yeah, I went back and put those in real fast, and then a mailbox for the ice house. But I realized though that there was a certain activity that could fit for both houses. So you'll see me put that here in just a moment. And yeah, just gonna try and figure out where to put a trash can at in this house because, like I said, I don't know. I feel like that house somehow was. not as cluttered. I don't understand how that worked, but yeah. Just gonna put out a few of the trees. So we're gonna get a white tree over here. We've already got the red, yellow, and orange. We're just gonna get a white tree and then like a big blue tree, and that one actually has lights on it, which is good because I very rarely remember to put lights for the outside. Just trying to find a fire pit because honestly, in the summer when it's hot outside and all, you use the fire pit um for s'mores and all that sort of stuff, roasting hot dogs, all that. And then for the winter, you can use it for that stuff, or you can use it for warmth. So I felt like that would be a nice addition. And of course, both sides have to have their own um, types of stools. So you have the rocks on the one side and then the stumps on the other. I'm just gonna grab a. Then just trying to figure out where to put everything. I wanted the fire pit to be front and central though. The firehouse got a grill and like a picnic table, a shade, because I feel like that's probably gonna be a little hot. But the other house can use it too, unless you fence it off and all. I did not add fences or anything, so yeah. Then in the other house, I was trying to figure out what to use here. The ice rink was definitely too big. I do end up grabbing a telescope, and I know it's pointed to the other house, but I don't think that they're spying on their like neighbors. I'm just gonna grab a couple of chairs. Um, I don't know what happened there. They are greenish, but they still look snowy-ish to me, so we're gonna go with that. I do put out a drink tray, and I know that that's not gonna like serve hot chocolate or anything like that, but I think it will be okay. Um, honestly, all that was really left. I really wanted some lights out here so that your Sims could enjoy it at night as well. So I found these from Seasons. These like lights on the pole, and I do size it down just because then it fits a little bit better. And it had good colors, and it still left a spot in the middle so they can still get in and out of the yard. And I do put out the blue citronella candle on the table, the picnic table. I think it'll be fine. It's fun to kind of mix the two in between. So then it was really just about plants, and I just kind of put some plants here. I can't explain any sort of thought process because there really wasn't. I hate to say there wasn't much of one, but I really wasn't thinking about, oh, well, this would look good here, this would look good here. I was just kind of looking through and grabbing and just going with the colors. So that's what I did there, and then I'm just gonna put a bush back here. I grabbed this one right here, just a plain red bush. And then over here, I'm changing back to the blue and white. I'm going to go ahead and put some bushes out over here. We did not have like a long one for this side, so I just had to put a few of this one. And then in the front here, I'm just going to again grab some different flowers and things and just kind of place them. I really like how the flowers came out in both of these houses, so yeah. And then, like I said, just kind of letting it speak to me, and once it was done, it was done. Next, we're just going to put in some like pathing. I was going to originally just have them both have the same path to the front, but I decided to go with this like darker one over here and then a lighter one over here. And then just the rest of the terrain paint around everywhere. Like I said, this will be available for download on my gallery. My ID is Thundera Shadow. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my other videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone!